Okay, this is Project Orange, and I've had a number of talks on Project Orange. Sometimes orange is considered to be like hunter orange, safety orange, and today orange is maybe uh, a lot of very hot, and we want to keep reminding everybody that if you are having a day like I'm having today, best thing you can do is not get involved with other humans. If you can put off going to work, if you can put off everything to do with other people and get away from other people. If there's people in your house, go out for a walk as far away from other people as you can. It's just been my noticing that given the fact that I have got hard days coming like a machine gun at me, when I get involved with other people, it's horrible. It's horrible. Either they say something that's horrible to me, or I'm surprised when I say something horrible to someone else. So the best advice is, if you feel like you're totally having like horrible days, then you have to disconnect from humans. Because it does you no good to be constantly fighting with other humans. It makes you feel bad. It's like, I know all of this stuff that I've been working on all this time, and I don't even notice it. It's just like, the way I talk now is I just breathe and then the words come. It's like, I don't know what I'm even going to say before I say it. I'm just totally channeling from I don't even know where. I don't even know where. So it's like only after the fact when I review, it's like, what the hell just happened there? And I look at it and I say, I'm totally without any ability to know what's going on. I've got all kinds of crazy stories on YouTube, and I relate some of them here to you, about what so-called spiritual teachers and psychics and people who've already had Kundalini rising or their third eye opening, or, they got all these spirit guides and angel people, and, because you're desperate, because there's nothing that you can do. And you'll try anything, you'll look at anything. But when you've come to the point where I've come, where you have seen it all, everything that was formerly handed down from generation to generation, spiritual wise, whether it's religions or it's some other offshoots of it, I've looked into everything. And the ideas about law of one, earth ascension, first contact with extraterrestrials, conspiracy theories, tin hat, nutrition, use of medical drugs, use of herbal drugs, use of traditional shamanic drugs, meditation. I've told you about anyway, the whole point of it is, with my orange hat on, I look and I say, all of this shit that I learned, and I've been spending an awful lot of years trying to figure it all out. And in the end, I come back to the beginning of one of the Zen books. And it was Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. And a beginner, what do they know? They don't know nothing. And a Zen mind don't know nothing. Now, for me, it's basically just because all of these voices of knowledge that come through books, TV, internet, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or family friends, or the local druid person, or the local person who's it was struck by lightning 3 times. Everyone's got all of these stories from wherever they came from. And after I've looked at so many different stories that people tell, the safest place for me to go is Zen Mind, Beginner Mind, which is, I don't know. And then I can give you the story of why I don't know. It's because I've been spending, I don't know, like it's been like decades working on the project. How to fix this world and how to even survive in this world. Self-help, all of this other stuff. Professional help, nothing works. No current knowledge database works for me. So, I'm gonna go back to Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, because the beginner knows. The reason that they're in this class is because they don't know. And maybe they learned all the shit that I learned and more. But the safe person is going to say, despite all this stuff, I'm a beginner mind. And someone else is saying, okay, well, what if you find out that one of these techniques works? In other words, I had a rash, and then I went down to the drugstore and I bought some rash cream. I put it on there, my rash went away. It's like, okay, well, what do you want to do with that? How's that going to help you when you find that you're having car accidents? And you're having them in such a weird way with your day that you're convinced it's part of your day. So it's just simply what things have been passed on to us from other earthlings in previous generations. What new stuff is coming in from like YouTubers that are just talking about what they're feeling. But all of these talks, and then some people develop elaborate theories about everything. And sometimes these theories are like, at that particular moment, they're hitting you and they're going, this is like, and so you'd buy into it. But, you keep looking and you say, at the time it sounded good, but over a longer period of time, that one, all I know is if I have a rash, I'll see if I can get that same cream that worked before. And maybe it'll work the next time, or maybe it won't because it's a different kind of rash. The whole point is, if you can, get back to Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, which is simply emptying out all the collected databases of all the information that you ever collected this lifetime. And if somebody thinks that they're tapping into previous, whatever it is, dump it all out. You've got a cup of tea that is full to the top with old shit. So you just turn it upside down, dump it all out, and then you have an empty cup. And you have a beginner's mind, and then you have a Zen mind. And then you are the silent witness of all the cuckoo pants stuff that's going on in mind. And you don't have to have a commentary explaining, why this is happening. You don't have to have these the commentaries will drive you crazy. Parts of your brain that insist on telling you what's going on, and you're listening again and again, you're going, you're stupid. And then with Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, I guess it's like a surrender. It's like surrender. It's like, I link that up with like inner silence. It's basically, I don't want any more talking. I don't want any more me reading things. I don't want any more hearing things. I simply want silence. And inner silence is what the shaman Don Juan Matus insisted that his student Carlos Castaneda work on developing. Inner silence. So for me, I got my inner silence, And then I was still living in a hell world. And some people say, you know, well, I use like law of attraction in order to attract all these business opportunities to me and money to make these businesses go. And, you know, I got rich. And, you know, I have to go digging in my old database of all the stuff that I've learned over my years. And then I come up with, gee, mister, these businesses that you think are so wonderful that created, well, for some people, they actually created horrible. So I'm going to have to tell you that you created bad karma, even though on paper you think you've done a lot of good. You created some jobs for some local people. You created jobs at your suppliers. Some people give you testimonials that whatever you were involved with changed their life. And, you know, letting go of the whole idea that somehow you being a doer in this world is going to make things better. Massive action. And the whole point that I want to bring out to you is you are like Johnny Cash singing the Nine Inch Nails tune, Hurt. It's the song you sing on your way out of planet Earth. And he says in the song, the lyric is, "My empire of dirt." Common as dirt. And in the end, you know, I don't want to argue with everybody's stories. You know, you spoke your truth, I told somebody. You know, because they were writing everything, all these, and then I said, well, you know, good for you for speaking your truth. And then she responded and she said, she changed it to the truth. And then I have a very difficult explanation to explain. Your truth is your truth. Do you believe it? I'm not going to say I believe it or not. I don't believe it. And if you think don't believe it is a negativity, and I think that's the way people are going to take it, it's simply because I don't believe it. In my experience, people's truths are simply what they are expressing at that particular point in time. And good for you for speaking your truth. But absolute truth and absolute falsehood, well, I don't know if you're telling the truth. It's your truth. Because I don't know. Like, even if I get like psychic and I say, I'm going to try and sense empathically what's going on in the situation, my senses, even my psychic spidey senses, even if they're reliable, they're not wisdom. I mean, they give me data and then I've got to interpret it. And I look at it and I say, the best of my wisdom is that I'm not wise enough. Because I can't see how this is going to play out. I can't tell you. So, you know, just even my opinion is mush. But I have my daily rituals that I try and keep to. And they're not like pre-planned. I don't have them all written down, and I don't have a daily calendar that says that I'm going to do this at this time or this at the other thing. But just looking back of the past number of years, I do have certain things that I they're my just things I do, and they're pretty much commonplace every day. And the things that are most common every day are me going for a walk, me talking to my smartphone, me working very hard, watch, no, not really. That's enough. It's very difficult. Anyway, I don't want to tell you that every time that I even approach going and answering some of these questions, one of the other versions of me says, maybe it's not such a good idea to talk about it. So, that's basically what I have. I've got other versions of me that are also playing out their lives, and it's a schmozzle, which is just kind of like a mess. So, the orange safety hat is simply the hat that was by the door when I walked out the door. I didn't pick orange, but I put it on and I remembered, well, I've been talking about Project Orange. And lately, the other thing that just came up yesterday is that I had this strange document that somehow I found somewhere on the internet. And it was about another story about Northern Ireland and the control of it being fought over by the Orange Men, who later on became known as being sort of the same thing as the Protestant Northern Irish. And it was related to some other aristocrat, William of Orange. And it was, and according to the story I was looking at last night, it has to do with the Masons and the Illuminati and all of these strange secret society clubs that people belong to, and all of their relatives, and how everything is, an enormous conspiracy, or it's designed simply to be a backdrop while you learn how to let go of